Hello and welcome to yet another episode of the Kathmandu Post analysis. This is the date. Now, today we are going to discuss a very unique topic because recently in India, the Supreme Court of India ruled in the favor of mercy killing, and because of that, a person was killed legally. This article is very important. This topic is very important for those who are pursuing law streams such as BA, LLB, or any other such streams, because you must know the legitimacy of euthanasia in Nepal, in India, in other SARC nations, or in the world. Or if you are not pursuing, or if you are not enrolled in any such streams, then also it is very important for you to understand how persons are legally killed, how persons are given uh, passive euthanasia or active euthanasia, right? So let's begin with this topic. Look at this topic. This topic says India's top court allows withdrawal of life support for man in vegetative state. This is the topic. Let me first tell you what is euthanasia and thereby the kinds of it, and which are the countries in the world gave legitimacy to both euthanasias. Okay, euthanasia is something in which a person is legally killed, either naturally or intentionally. There are two kinds of euthanasia: first, active euthanasia, and second, passive euthanasia. In active euthanasia, what happens? A person is killed despite knowing that this person is having no any illness, no any disease. He is physically fit, mentally, socially, from all the aspects he is fit and fit as a fiddle, I'd say. Despite knowing that he is injected with some lethal liquids, some other venoms in his body, and because of that external death causing material, he is dead, he is killed. Okay, that is known as passive euthanasia, active euthanasia. A direct intervention in his life, a direct in the external intervention or external death causing material is injected in his body to cause his death. That is active euthanasia. In passive euthanasia, though a person is killed but naturally, not intentionally. Suppose a person is severely ill, he is in a permanent vegetative state, and he is not able to recover. The doctors have gave his hand up. There is no way to recover him. Then, if that person is sustaining his life on any forms of life supporting treatment, life supporting mechanism, life supporting equipments, then that equipment is withdrawal and let the person die naturally. Suppose there is a person, this person is relying or sustaining his life only on the ventilators. If the ventilators are withheld or withdrew, then that man is dead, that man will die. At that time, the ventilators is withheld or the ventilators is withdraw and let the person die naturally. The person will be left without any life supporting equipments. That is passive euthanasia. Some countries are there, some of the handful countries where both euthanasias are allowed, both euthanasias are legal, like the Netherlands, Canada, Belgium, so on and so forth. But in India and in some other countries, only passive euthanasia is given legitimacy. Until recently, passive euthanasia was also prohibited or also illegal in India. It only became legitimate in India after the case of Aruna Shanbag versus the Union of India. Where after that case, the passive euthanasia was given recognition in India. Still, active euthanasia is illegal. What is Aruna Shanbag versus Union of India case? There was a girl from Karnataka. She was coming from a middle class Brahmin family. She went to Maharashtra, to Mumbai, to pursue higher education, to become a staff nurse. Okay, she enrolled in a college called King's Memorial, King's Edward Memorial College, something like that. She enrolled in that and started pursuing her staff nurse degree. Along with, she started working in that hospital. In her vicinity, there was a janitor. That janitor's name was something Valmiki. I am not able to recall it. Okay, something Valmiki. Okay. Now one day, what happened when she was 26 years old? She, after completing her duty in the night, she came to the basement to change her uniform and to go to her home. When she came in the basement, that janitor also came and brutally raped him, sodomized him. Raped her, sodomized her. Sorry for the tongue mistake. Okay, he sodomized her, raped her, and choked her with a dog chain. Her neck was strangled by a dog chain, and she was left there throughout the night. In the early morning, some of the colleagues, some of the other staffs of that hospital, they came and saw that situation, and that Aruna Shanbag was rushed to the hospital. But her heart was working. It is beating, but her mind was totally absent. Her mind was not functioning at all because of lack of oxygen. She could not register any image in her mind. She could not eat. She could not walk. She could not talk. She could not do anything on her own. She was totally relying on others for her day-to-day activities, on doctors, on family members. Okay, she was totally went into a permanent vegetative state. She was suffering a severe terminal illness. Doctors had told to the reporters, to the other newspaper medias, that Aruna Shanbag will never recover. She will never be. She will be never. She will never be able to walk. She will be never able to do anything on her own. She stayed like that for decades. Okay, for almost 4 decades, she stayed in a permanent vegetative state. Later on, a journalist, something Pinky, her name was Pinky something. Okay, she went into the court. She filed a petition asking her asking Aruna Shanbag's right to live, right to die with dignity, means mercy killing. That means passive euthanasia. She was asking her passive euthanasia. But at that time, the Supreme Court ruled in the against of that petition. Supreme Court didn't give recognition to take her life away. And later on she was died due to pneumonia. She was died of pneumonia because she was suffering pneumonia, and later on she died. Okay, at that time pseudomization was not pseudomization didn't come under the purview of rape. So the janitor who raped Aruna Sandbag didn't sentenced uh, for a long period of time in the court, in the jail. See, he was only given 6 or 7 years of imprisonment. He was charged with attempt to murder, attempt to thief, or attempt to theft, robbery, so on and so forth. But he was not charged with attempt to rape, because at that time I already told you, uh, sodomization uh, was not fall under the purview of rape. And later on some reporters say alleged that janitor, whose name was something Balmiki, who went who after 7 years of imprisonment, when he came out of the jail, he started living his life by changing his name. He changed his name so that no one could recognize him. This was the case. Okay, this is a very disheartening story, not in India only but throughout the world. Look at the situation. This story uh, uh, date backs date backs to 1978. Okay, at that time no one could send their daughter even in the nearby schools. Forget about some other states, uh, some other cities. And it is very difficult for women to study anything higher education. Okay, pursue higher education, it is very difficult. It was very difficult, and despite that Aruna Sandbag managed. She was working, she was a hard working person. She was doing laborious work so that she could manage to pursue her staff nurse degree. So this is very disheartening news. And after that case, the Supreme Court of India established the precedent of mercy killing, passive euthanasia. Okay, and later on in 2018 in 2018 also Supreme Court of India provided legitimacy to passive euthanasia, and it started functioning like that. Okay, but recently in the history of independent India, the passive euthanasia was executed for the first time, and it has been a landmark judgment in India. Okay, let me tell you this story. A person named Harish Rana. Okay, he went to Chandigarh to pursue some of the higher degrees. He fell down from fourth floor. Okay, he fell down from fourth floor, and he sustained a severe injury. He could not walk, he could not speak, he could not talk, he could not do anything on her own like Aruna Sandbag. And he also went into a permanent vegetative state, and doctors started treating him for decades. But look how much a family can spend, despite knowing that their son or their daughter or their family member will never recover from that illness. She will or he will never come out from that state, and he will never be a normal person. How much a person could spend despite knowing all these things? So later on, after consulting the doctors, after having all the knowledge all the information. Family member of uh, the family members of Harish Rana went to went into Supreme Court and filed a petition demanding passive euthanasia, life right to die with dignity to Harish Rana. Okay, but but what has happened? But what has happened? One call is coming. Okay, so I'm not going to attend that call. So Supreme Court ruled in the favor of passive euthanasia, and it gave a strict a strict overview, or I would say a draft, how to remove that ventilator, or how to withdraw all the life supporting equipments from Harish Rana, and later on he died. So this is the thing. This is very disheartening, while providing, or while ruling such kind of statement, or such kind of uh, petition, or such kind of plea. Courts also sometimes fall under uh, apathy, sympathy, empathy. Okay, empathy, sympathy, or what would say, means there would be a kind of silence, there would be kind of emotion following out. And in that case too, Supreme Court, the two judgment of the Supreme Court fell quiet for a long period of time, and there were a kind of emotional situation. No one wants to kill anybody, but what if a person is not able to recover? And so that's why I hope you have understand everything. Thank you. Thank you for listening, and bye.